The
global community is today commemorating International Workers' Day, also known as Workers' Day or Labor Day in some countries, and often referred to as May Day. It's a celebration of laborers and the working class. This year, May 1st is being commemorated while under strict lockdown restrictions and when work has been interrupted and employees are feeling a sense of uncertainty. To discuss this and how workers can stay motivated during these tough times, we're joined on the line by businesswoman, educator and writer Lelemba Phiri. Good day, Lelemba, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on the show. What advice would you offer, as a person who works in business for the working class as we observe Workers' Day today?
Yeah, I think it's a really important time to reflect on what work means. I think with the pandemic still in full loom, particularly for us here in South Africa and in most of the continent who are also celebrating Workers' Day, what work means has become something different. And for us to sit and reflect and think about what our future holds and how we can continuously make ourselves relevant as workers of the future, yeah.
Now, of course, we know that the working class faces a number of issues, but what are some of the most prominent challenges that still confront the sector?
Yeah, I think really we have issues with jobs to start with, right? And for a lot of people and for a lot of industry, add in the issues that the pandemic has brought to the fore is that we will have a lot more shortages of jobs. And so to start thinking about how maybe we can start doubling into entrepreneurial ways of working and also having what is more called a portfolio of jobs, whereas you can provide services to a number of people instead of one employer. We're going to have to be thinking completely outside of the box. Some side hustles might have to become full hustles and mixing and matching so that we can still get the income that we've been used to, but it might be from a number of employers rather than one. Yeah.
How can employers help their staff during this time?
The most important thing right now is communication. I think it's a fearful time. People are worried for their jobs. They're worried about their health, and they're not hearing from your employer, I think, is worrisome because you don't know what they're thinking, what they're doing, what they're planning, whether next month you're going to have a paycheck. What has worked well, we've seen at national level, is that the president has been continuously communicating. This allays fear, and it's the same at a business level to really be as honest as possible about what is going on and what the leadership is thinking. In order to allay fear, it's better to communicate than to hide our heads under the sand, yeah.
And finally, of course, this is unusual times, and so we are marking this day in unusual ways. How best do you suggest that people mark this day, especially those who are still facing some of those difficulties that you've already highlighted?
In spite of the times, every challenge poses an opportunity, right? And I do believe just taking a moment to reflect and look at what we can still be grateful for is important. It puts us in a better state of mind to start reimagining, not only from our jobs perspective, but also as businesses. How can we reimagine our business models? How can we still be supplying services virtually and diversify? Maybe some of these plans might have already been in play, and this gives us an opportunity to really reimagine our businesses and still be able to maintain our employees. So it's a time to think about what we're grateful for and really use our creativity and reimagine what our lives, work, and business can look like going ahead.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Lelemba, and really giving us some valuable insight during these uncertain times. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
That was businesswoman, educator, and writer Lelemba Phiri joining us.